Patrick Star thought he had run into an ice block, so he licked it with his tongue. Unexpectedly, his tongue got stuck. Spongebob quickly brought a cup of hot chocolate and successfully rescued his tongue. However, he didn't realize that the ice block behind him had melted. A primitive sponge appeared and took the opportunity to hide in the bag and leave the cave. Back at the pineapple house, the primitive sponge quietly followed Spongebob. Spongebob thought it was his reflection in the mirror. He didn't notice any clues about the furry tongue on him. In the mechanical room, he put on his work uniform. The primitive sponge followed suit, trying to mimic him by putting on the work uniform, but his feet were too big to fit into regular shoes. In order to get the desired shoes, he followed Spongebob.
He not only damaged the mailbox, but also destroyed the residents' fences and even the fountain.
The sound of Spongebob's work triggered the primitive sponge to hide. At this moment, Mr. Krabs appeared and asked him to come to the lobby. Spongebob thought it was something good, but to his surprise, the police were waiting for him. Spongebob was shocked to hear this and explained to Mr. Krabs that he didn't do it, but more and more residents came forward to identify him. The police had to follow the regulations and took Spongebob away. Without Spongebob, Squidward was assigned to work in the kitchen. Then the primitive sponge appeared, and Squidward thought it was Spongebob being released, so he let him stay in the kitchen to make Krabby Patty. This guy didn't know how to make them properly, and started poking around with a spatula. The worst part was yet to come. He went outside and caused a lot of destruction, even drank gasoline from the engine. After drinking it, he combined the engine with the Krabby Patty. Just as he was about to take a bite, Squidward took it away, and gave it to a customer. Customers started to complain to Squidward, and he angrily confronted the primitive sponge, but this action angered him, and he picked up a weapon and went on a rampage, driving away customers, and causing chaos on the street. Meanwhile, Mr. Krabs found Spongebob for a conversation. The appearance of the primitive sponge helped Spongebob clear his name, but no one could do anything about the primitive sponge. Spongebob decided to persuade him to return to nature, but the primitive sponge didn't listen and only wanted Spongebob's shoes. He snatched the shoes and tried to put them on, but his feet were too big to fit. Frustrated, he stomped his feet and caused the entire house to collapse. Spongebob thought the primitive sponge would be caught for this, but the police explained that the house was scheduled for demolition, and they saved millions in demolition costs.
比奇堡的一切又恢复成老样子了，至少这一集是这样了。